Hey man, the markets are selling the off. It is a wildfire spreading throughout the crypto. Inflation data report comes out this week. We got middies going on, FTX, Binance, so much to cover. Keep it locked. Let's go. Hey, you know who it is, man. It's your boy, DeFi Shooter, and I'm checking in for the gang. Hey, man, it's going crazy today. Do you see all the blood in the street? I mean, there's red bottoms all over the place. Crypto is selling off, and they selling off massively. How's your portfolio doing? Are you guys okay? Look at me. Breathe. It's going to be okay. I promise you guys, it's going to be okay, man. We got middies going on mid-elections. If you're not hip with the lingo, we got the middies going on. We had FTC, Binance selling, or Binance buying FTC earlier this morning. I mean, it's been a lit Tuesday for the crypto and stock market. But on top of that, it's just straight blood in the street. There's freaking selling pressure on selling pressure, and all the big alts and Bitcoins is getting clapped. But hey, for those who know, in the know, we all know, man, we understand we've been in a bear market. The pump that we had, yes, it's exciting. It's fun. I hope you guys took profits during them times, because when you're in a bear market, those pumps are far and few in between. So you got to get in and take your profits so you can rinse and repeat. So if you took profits at the top since last week, this right here is a buying opportunity. Now, I'm not telling you to buy, sell, or hold any crypto asset. I'm just letting you know personally how I'm navigating through these murky waters. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I got some news to cover. We're going to look at some charts. We're going to look at the portfolio. You know how we do it, baby. I'll keep you up to task with the kids. So let me go ahead and flip the screen. You dig? First and foremost, man, definitely got to come. This is coin market cap. We already know you got all the top cryptocurrencies on here, exchanges, etc. The last video I did, we were at the 1 trillion mark, and we since then, with this massive sell-off, we are at 915 billion of total market cap with over 21,000 cryptocurrency. So we done dropped the zero, man. We done regained the zero, man, in the community, but it is what it is. Global crypto market cap 91512 billion. We are down 10% over the last day. We're down 10% altogether. We're getting clapped, but it's always good opportunities, right? That's how we look at it. Always got to look at it as a good opportunity. Anyways, Bitcoin down 9%. Started off at 20,000. We're currently at 18.5 a coin. Yeah, you know, I had to get in there and throw a little bag at that. That's a sell for the kid. Ethereum down 15%. We was up at 1,600 a coin. Now we're looking at 13, as low as 12. And I'm going to show you the chart to prove it. I had to throw a bag at that too as well. BNB still holding on a fourth. They flipped USDC last week. The stable coins are doing what stable coins do. Actually, BUSD just now flipped XRP. I mean, that stable coin is going to hold stable. Everyone's taking profits, moving over into some type of stable coin just to kind of hold a little leverage and protect some gains, which is smart, right? You don't completely sell out and move the money out of it, because what's going to trigger taxes, right? You sell off, take the money off the exchange, off your list, triggering taxes. You put it in a stable coin. You let it sit. So when the market kind of eases, then you get back in there and you rinse and repeat. That's a little free game, man. I digress. XRP sitting pretty at 7. Cardano sitting at 8. They're down respectively 13 and 8%. Dogecoin and fell backwards 9%, not ranked at number 9, down 38%. They are getting slashed. And my favorite layer 2, Polygon up 18% on a 7-day, down 16% on the 24-day. So it's definitely a good opportunities. Solana's been catching the bad of it ever since the whole Binance and FTX merger, or bought out, or whatever the case may be. And you know, FTX was a big investor and promoter of Solana, and they're down bad about 20%. Polkadot down 12. Sheaves down 14. Avi, you get the picture, man. We're down bad in the market, right? Again, However you want to look at it, you can look at it as an opportunity to go out here and buy dollar cost average. My suggestion is if you do end up buying, don't throw the whole wad at it. You already know what I say. DCA, take it easy, 20% down, 20% invest. Don't throw the whole 100% in there because you're hustling, trading backwards, and you ain't gonna like it because there's some falling knives that will be caught, and a lot of people gonna slice their hand open. I'm gonna show you in the charts. Don't believe me? I'm gonna let the chart speak to you. You feel me? Anyways, the U.S. stock exchange today actually made a nice effort to downward up 300% or 300 points today, but with the middies or mid-elections looming, waiting results today for the announcement for tomorrow, they saying it's up for grabs. The Senate and the Congress is up for grabs. It can go red, it can go blue. A lot of people are anticipating. I don't know. I'm not a real big into politics like that, but I am watching because it's going to affect the market regardless, right? We'll see if the Democrats can continue to hold. If not, the Republicans come in. You already know what time it is. A lot of money going to be moving, a lot of decision making, and it's going to definitely play a big role for 2024 election. So we definitely need to be watching out what's going on with that. I got an article here, and this is the second former Fed president, right? We did one earlier video of talking about the recession. Former Boston Fed president 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐬 saying that, hey, the U.S. is likely heading to a mild recession in 2023. Listen, y'all. I've been talking about the recession since April. It's documented. Twitter, Discord community. We've been talking about it. We've actually done a recession challenge where we've saved up to $5,000 back in April for 6 months. And so the people that's in my Discord, we got some dry powder on the side because we know the deals is about to roll in like Walmart. You feel me? So we already been talking about it. We already been saying that it's already here. We're definitely in a phase of the recession if they don't want to say it or not. If you look at the data, if you look at the economy, you look at the sentiment of the markets, like you can't sit here and tell me we're not in a mild recession. Facebook starting tomorrow is going to be cutting, or Meta, going to be conducting one of the largest layoffs for techs. And we are in the tech industry, and we already laid over 60,000 people from big tech alone. And Meta is set to let go anywhere from 9,000 to 10,000 employees. Ouch. Ouch. I always say if we ever going to get out of this bear market is going to be on the back of the tech sector, and the tech sector has failed us in this quarters of earnings. They've been getting clapped. They've been laying people off. It is what it is. It's about to happen. Unemployment is definitely on a spike. They're going to announce it. Watch after these middies. I've been telling y'all they're going to announce the recession after the middies because nobody wanted to say it before because of mid-election. Nobody wants to bite that bullet on who fault it is. They're going to announce it though. So I'm with Eric. 2023, they definitely going to let you know we're in a recession. What you going to do? Are you going to be scared, run away? Or are you going to say, you know what? I'm going to put some money to the side and get ready because it's going to be some sales. Because guess what? This bear market is not going to last forever, y'all. It's not going to last forever. And when the bulls take over, it's going to be up. Anyway, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge dipped ahead of U.S. mid. Inflation update will be happening on Thursday. We will be getting some CPI data on this Thursday. We will be getting results of the mids tomorrow. It's very active. See how the market moves. My suggestion to y'all, hold your dry powder. Hold your dry powder unless you a trader, right? For investors, hold your dry powder until the mids is over and the CPI data come out, because there's going to be some volatility in all directions. And if you're not seasoned on swing trading, crypto or stocks or whatever the case may be, you might get clapped out, especially in crypto with all the fees for buying fees and selling fees and short-term capital gains tax. Like you just want to kind of like sit back and just see how this stuff played out. Now that's a suggestion. You're a grown person, man or woman. You do what you want with your own. Not a financial advisor. I'm letting you know that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting on my hands, baby. I'm going to wait and see how this plays out. We already know FTX agreed to sell itself to rival Binance and liquidity scare. We already looked at the charts on that. And we're going to look at the updated charts from this morning video. It's crazy. It was around $15 a coin. I'm going to show you what it looks like now. It's nuts. Could this be Luna Terra all over again? There's a lot of people that are feeling that they got Luna vibes from this. I want to give a shout out, and he probably not going to see this video, but I was definitely rocking with him when he was talking about it. But Big Boy was very adamant a few weeks ago about Sam and FTX and the direction it was going, and people were clowning him in the comments and saying he wasn't smart and he's just emotional, he's a scammer, blah, 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 blah. Well, look what we have here. I guess Big Boy was not wrong at all, right? So when you hear people get passionate talking about stuff like that, just don't write them off. Listen to what they saying. Like if I would have read the comments before I listened to what he's saying, I probably would have fell in with the sheep. But I'm a wolf, baby, so I stand alone and I listen to what he's talking about. I'm like, okay, buddy got some information. I'm gonna take it for what it's worth. We'll see how it unfolds, right? And well, here we are. Here we are. Yeah. Hey, yo, shout out to everybody that was in the comments on the video that I dropped this morning. We had some good back and forth dialect about this whole situation. Shout out to Big Kahuna, dog. I see you with the comments, and also John Scott as well. And there's a few others, but that's who I remember off the top of my head, man. So I'm gonna throw y'all up in here, give y'all a shout out, give y'all flowers. Good conversation in the chat. Remember, always drop something in the comments, man. I talk back, bro. Like I ain't one of these guys that ain't gonna talk back. If I see it, I'm gonna reply back. We can have a conversation, a nice clean one. You know, you come with disrespect, I got time. I got time. I'm from the South. I know how to snap back too, you know what I'm saying? But we can keep it respectful and just have a good time, because that's what it's all about, right? Just keep it clean, baby. Keep it cute. What the girls say. Keep it cute in the comments, you feel me? So yeah, that's pretty much the news that's been going on, man. We got the midterms. We got the recession looming. We got FTC and Binance buyout. And also, for those who play the lottery, somebody hit the lotto, the $2 billion up in LA. They're going to get one ticket. But with taxes, they probably going to make anywhere between $450 million, because they be taxing out here in California. That's for real. So congratulations to that person who shook the dice, bought those lottery tickets. Now, for everybody who put money in there and didn't want to go out here and buy these dips, shame on you. Should have been buying these dips too. Anyways, I digressed. So let's look at my portfolio. Oh my goodness. I had to adjust myself. Man, my portfolio is getting clappage, but you know, we already took profits. You already know how I'm doing. We took profits last week. So I'm chilling right now. I actually bought in earlier this morning around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up out my dream like, there's a crash coming. I woke up, checked on some, bought some H-bar. I bought some more ADA. I bought some, what else did I buy? Oh, I bought some AMP. I bought one XRP, and I put it all in the Discord. You already know I'm very transparent on what I'm buying and what I'm selling, just to let you guys know. You know, at the end of the day, if you rock with me on here on YouTube or in the Discord, I take profits. I'm not sitting here holding nothing to the moon or waiting for it to go parabolic, because we're in a bear market and there's no such thing as to the moon until we surpass certain resupply zones. And you already know how I'm coming with those. So yeah, I bought more Gala, more Matic, and I'm probably about to go buy some more Solana. Let me look once I look at the chart and figure it out. But overall, my my portfolio is getting slaughtered house right here. And then we can look on over the year, because that's what I'm really worried about as a macro investor. I'm looking on what the deal looks like per year. Bitcoin still down 71%, 72% on ETH. XRP down 66%, 82%. Polygon 40%. Polygon was in that 20 range on them big runs, and look, already gaining back 40 to 40%. Solana getting murdered 90%. Y'all can see it, man. I ain't about to run through all of them, man. This is based off my port. And if I was to, let's slide this bad boy here to Axie Affinity 94, Helium 93, Helium Solana, man. This horrible timing, man. Horrible time. They had some good momentum going, and then this whole FTX thing, man. I know they're gonna be all right, but I feel bad for them at the same time, man. Yeah, we can kind of see what's really big sales on it. At the end of the day, we got some sales going on, people. That's basically what I'm trying to say. We got some sales going on. You know, you do what you want with your bread, but understand that these bear markets don't last forever. The markets will reverse. We just got to be patient. You got to be patient. Got to go through the blood, baby. You know, to get the victory. All right, let's look at some charts, man. Let's look at some charts. All right, we on ETH. All right, so I released a video over the weekend, and I was talking about the importance of knowing supply and demand. It's very important to know your supply and demand. You can get here all these fancy indicators and RSIs and MACDs and 21 EMA and SMAs and different Gaussian channels and like all that fancy dancy stuff. At the end of the day, and I'm looking y'all dead in the camera, man. Let me change this up. At the end of the day, to be a successful or to have success, TA or technical analysis, or even covering a chart, you need to understand price action, volume, supply, and demand. You must learn those 4 things first and like really learn them, right? That will take you further than all these fancy dancy indicators on the chart. Now, I do use some indicators, like I use RSI. I use RSI, which I got displayed here. But if you see these boxes on my chart, right, I have these boxes, right? Red indicates supply zones. My green indicates demand zones. I also plot patterns as well too, right? But what I'm telling you, and it's important that you should know some patterns, right? You don't need to know all the candlestick patterns. You don't need to know all the candlestick setups. There's certain ones. It's like the inverted hammer, doji, et cetera, right? There's certain ones that you definitely should have in your arsenal, in your tool belt. But price action, volume, supply, and demand will save you 9 times out of 10. Ultimately, the market's going to do what it's going to do, but the market repeats itself. Doesn't go to the same rhythm, but it kind of repeats itself in a sense. What I mean by that is that they always these price action will return to a previous price action. It's not saying that's going to happen in the same day, 2 days, 3 days, a week. It could take a month or two. I say all that to say this green area here. I was telling people a couple of months ago, matter of fact, I was telling people back here in June, Ethereum will return to $900 and $800 per token. I'm standing on that. I'm standing on that. And you can see here, needs to break this supply zone for a reversal. While we were pumping here, which was a great pump, it was an opportunity to get some profits. This supply zone, right? This previous supply zone was no joke, and we didn't even get close to it and already created a new supply zone that I just plotted. I created a supply zone already. I plotted this. We already created another supply zone. Now we're at a demand zone, which we're in right now. That green box is the demand zone, and we're in it right now. We have a long wick that broke through it and returned underneath 1,200 a coin for Ethereum. Now, what can I expect? With this sharp momentum of the RSI showing about 38, remember 70 and 30, you're overvalued or overbought, oversold or overbought. As we starting to push down how sharp it is and how much volume is, me personally, I believe we have more downside. Again, the markets could flip. Me looking at this long candle, matching this long volume here, this amount of volume, selling pressure, with this long price action, with this wick, which we closed on. This is a Tuesday wick. Crypto market's already on Wednesday. I think we might feel this wick and might get back into this downward wedge trading pattern. And if so, that puts it about below 12 into 11 range. Could totally be wrong, right? But this amount of selling pressure and the momentum that came from that scares me. That scares me a lot. And if we kind of zoom out, we can kind of see what those big candle wicks and selling pressure creates, right? So let me take this off, and you can see here this selling pressure right here, and then you get consolidation pullback, right? So we might get some more sell-off depending on how these mids go. Depending on that CPI data, we might get some more selling. Now, again, we can reverse. Totally up. I'm for that. I definitely want to get out of this bear market, but I know there's more to come. It's going to get worse before it get better. So that's ETH. Let's look at Bitcoin. Same thing, right? And if the last video that I was on, I actually drew that trend line right there, right? If I break this down into the week, I drew that trend line live on a video, and I was telling everybody, hey, we might return back to this trend line. And look what we did. We returned. We hit that trend line. Now, every time we hit this trend line, we bounced off it pretty well, right? This is the weekly chart on TradingView of Bitcoin. We've hit this trending line, right? We hit this trend line and bounced off of it. Once here in 2016. Once right here in 2020. That's 4 years. These have been halving cycles, right? Now we're here again in 2022, right? If we fail this and start coming down, then we get into that 10,000 zone I was telling you guys about. And why I say 10,000 because we have this big structure, this big supply area. If you don't see it, let me draw it out for you, right? We have this supply area right here, right? This is the supply area. You can see where the price action built up before we ripped off. And this is roughly between 9 and 11,000. So roughly like 10. So if we fail this trend line, which we can definitely do, I wouldn't be surprised if we sell off another 32%. Another 32%, and we're here at 11,000 Bitcoin. It's very possible. It's very possible. Why do I say it's possible? Well, shoot, let's look at it. We've, from November to where we're at, we sold off 75%. You don't think we can fully sell off another 30+%, returning on a Fibonacci trace to 100%? It's very possible. I wouldn't put it past us, but we do have this strong trend line here. We do got a nice structure built up on the weekly, but it does, I am concerned here, right? We're still moving down this downward trend. We found our upward trend on the overall price action, and we're here hitting it once again. But with history, it shows that when we hit that, we bounce. So we'll see. We'll see. Usually middies are pretty good. The mid-election, historically, stocks and crypto have done good in November after mids. So if, you know, not to be negative Nancy, 100% over here, we could recover and bounce. But I just want to be super transparent on what I see and what potentially could happen, right? There's a lot that can happen. And with the amount of selling pressure for the week so far, it's definitely there. Something to look at. Something to look at, guys. Let's look at some other players that I like. 𝐬𝐨𝐫, big sell-off. 𝐬𝐨's right now then hit the demand zone and my buy area, so I will be going to purchase more of that. My emails were going off from TradingView alerts. That's why I knew something was up. Definitely jumped into that. So 𝐬𝐨 has sold off majorly, and it hit the recent demand zone that started the run up and probably got some more room. There is a support area right here at 64. I would love to grab more 𝐬𝐨 at 64 because we grabbed at 66. So I'm definitely here for it. I'll probably go get some just as a placemaker and just kind of see if we continue to sell off. ADA. I bought some ADA last night. We sold off. We were returning back into the supply zone. Anything below this swing, this pivot here of 32 cents, I'm definitely there for. Like I said, I already bought some around 39, 38 cents. I missed this 34, which is fine. This wick is telling me that there will be some sell-off, and this RSI momentum is still not hot. It's not hot enough. So I'll definitely be watching that. Algo, big sell-off from them as well, too. I mean, look at the volume. It didn't hit the supply zone. It returned. Remember, this is supply zone from September of this year. This supply zone. What I say, price action will return. What did it do? It returned. It couldn't break. It broke, couldn't hold, sold off. Right? And you're like, oh, well, shoot, there's a lot of stuff going on in the market. That's why it didn't sold off. Well, if it wanted to go, it would have went on one of these days. Right? There's a reason why these supply zones and these demand zones are there. This supply zone was a sell-off because the bears won. The bulls tried to push it back. There was bears there waiting. They're saying, nah, this is overvalued. We don't like this price. We're going to go and take profits. Pushed it right back down into this demand zone. Long wick, too. So we'll see if that feels. AMP finally broke out of this trading channel here, this consolidating channel. Broke down. I'm definitely got to fill up my bag on that. And Ape coin sold off majorly. Cracked into the threes. They haven't been in the threes since June. So they definitely in the threes. I mean, they got as low as almost 3.25, as you can see here, right? Definitely be watching that. 𝐬𝐨𝐫, Avalanche, excuse me. Avalanche still ain't click my alert just yet. I'm waiting for them to cross 1443. Let's see if it's happened. It's a big supply zone right here. We already talked about Bitcoin. Crow cracked under 9. Polkadot finally dropped off of that 7 and bounced, but they're holding pretty well in that demand zone as well too. They returned back there. Let's see if they can consolidate, but it's a lot of selling pressure off of that one as well too. Altcoins are getting killed. It's basically what I'm telling you. Altcoins and Bitcoins are definitely getting killed. Matic, Polygon has returned into a demand zone after can break through this supply zone, and they've been doing very good going against the grain as with everyone else with far as price action, and so for them to hold this $1 is pretty good. It got as low as 90 cents, so I actually bought some at 90 cents. I was able to get in there. I'm definitely gonna be watching to see if it dropped down. Sandbox killed. Jesus, man. I mean, it came from $1 all the way down to about 50 something cent, and the selling pressure is real there. RSI is definitely hot right now, down 16%. I want to look at Solana. She regained a 0. We got oh no, it got it back. It did regain a 0. It was at 50927, and so it dropped to 0 since then. Solana's been getting burnt out, man, with this whole FTX and Binance beef going back and forth. So much promo when investing was going into Solana with FTX, and with the news, man, they just been getting the raw end of it. Awesome project in my opinion. They're doing some good stuff with the Web3 smartphone. They're trying to get that hardware. Remember when Google went public and Google was just a search engine? They never had like anything like a hardware, and they came out with their phone, and it kind of took them from just being a software company and a search engine and actually gave the people a hardware. That's what excites me most about Solana. Now, granted, it's running off the Android, and they also have their own operating system in the background, but it gives somebody a hard copy phone, and they're the first to do it. So they're going to make a lot of mistakes, and a lot of people are going to approve off of it, but they're going to be the first one with a smartphone with Web3 capability. That with Helium partnership, it was pushing a lot. It was pushing a lot of good news for them, and for them to get blasted like this, you know, it's part of it, man. It's part of the game, man. So we got this major supply zone, major price action. I mean, this is a definition of a major supply zone. Like, I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna move this bad boy out the way because we don't even care about that one, and I'm gonna stretch out to this one because this supply zone is the one we need to worry about. Solana kind of remind me of Meta right now, like good company, got good intentions, and just getting murdered as far as price action in the market. But I definitely want to see them bounce back. Theta, one of my favorite projects when it comes down to Web3 and what their intentions are with being like the web decentralized version of YouTube. Definitely a big fan, investor in Theta. They were down bad about 15%. Definitely need to go ahead and cop some of that. You can buy Theta actually on several locations, like in 𝐾𝐿. I'm only mentioning this because trying to move Theta into a ledger is very difficult because they have their own network. And you know, I don't like keeping anything on a freaking exchange. Hint, Celsius and Voyager disasters, and now maybe FTX. But they also have, you can purchase Theta on Uphold, and I just realized that last night, and they'll let you know you can't transfer it. So that was pretty cool to see. But I buy most of mine on 𝐾𝐿, and I can transfer it out, but it's definitely tricky to trying to get it on a ledger. If anyone has ever thought about doing that, I don't know why I mentioned it, but it is what it is. And VET, one of my favorite supply chain company. Hey, in the chat, man, let me know if there's another supply chain crypto project out there that's even close to VeChain. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I was like, I don't know any, and I know VeChain is top dog. I'm actually going to do a separate video on VeChain coming up pretty soon that I'm going to drop for those who are not familiar with VeChain and what they're doing. Very, very, very dope project, ultimately. VeChain's been trading everywhere between 3 and 2 cents like this whole time. It's like they just can't break 3 or 2 cents. Like, I'm ready for VeChain to drop down to 1 cent, please. Like, can I see a 1 cent VeChain? Like, VeChain, can you listening? Hey, VeChain, can I see a 1 cent VeChain, please? Jesus, man. or just go ahead and rip off, like whatever, man. Like I want to load up the bag and get more VeChain, but I would definitely love to get it at 1 cent. So we'll definitely watching VeChain. It's still trading in this channel here. If you don't see it, let me chart it real quick for you guys. I'm gonna use a horizontal ray, right? We got a lot of activity, a lot of confluence there, and then we got a lot of activity right here, right? So we in this trading zone. We have not picked the area. We can even chart this a little bit further out from a trend that we had this bear flag here, rip, rising wedge, sell off, and we're just hanging out right here, right? We just hanging out, waiting for some type of direction with VeChain, ultimately. Let me do a couple more. Chainlink, awesome project as well too. Sitting in a trading sideways, consolidating, what I like to call crab walking. Why? Crabs walk sideways, they don't walk forward and back. Consolidation, crab walk, whatever. You'll get used to the lingo. Stay a little bit. Currently crab walking, still trading sideways, tapping off this supply zone. This is a demand zone here. I mean, after a while, this demand zone is going to be very invalid but at the time, it's pretty much just tap dancing on that. Decentraland took a nice 14% cutoff as well too. Under 50 cent. Definitely gonna be watching that. So yeah, man, I don't want to bore y'all with too much. I didn't think I was gonna give y'all that much technical analysis and just quick overview of what's going on for the day. A lot of stuff brewing, man. A lot of news this week that can definitely tempt the market to push it all the way down if people have FUD. Or maybe investors at this point is like, it is what it is. The market's going to be what it is. I'm going to start to reinvest. Ultimately, user activity on Binance, FTX, Coinbase, and Crypto.com is down. And they usually are down because of the bear market. People are fearful. People don't have the extra monies. People are putting money up just for a rainy day. There's job layoffs going on. Totally understand. If you have the means to continue to invest in dollar cost average, I suggest, look into it and see if you can do so. Never invest money that you don't have and or that you need. For me, I will be dollar cost averaging, but I do it very smartly in a sense of where I wait for 20% sell-offs before I'll throw in 20%. I can kind of show y'all that if y'all got some time, y'all hanging out with me, I'm gonna show you how I dollar cost average real quick. Let me just show you. And I'm gonna use these price range. So let's use Decentraland on the daily chart, right? I'm gonna show you how I do this real quick, right? So look, so we already have a 14% sell-off, right? So let's just say we start here and we get another 20% sell-off, right? So that puts us about a 39 cent with the 39 cent Decentraland or Mana token, right? So this from here to here is a 20% sell off, right? You can see it here, 20% sell off. What I'm gonna do if I had 1,000, I'm not showing it. I'm talking to you guys. I'm not showing it. Right? If I had $1,000, right, and it sold off, I had $1,000 budget for Decentraland or whatever the budget. I'm using 1,000 because it's just easy on an easy math. If I had $1,000 budget, that means I'm gonna use $200. So if I say if Mana sells off 20%, I'm gonna put 20% of my budget, my initial budget for Decentraland into that. So if this project sells off at 30 and hit in between the zone right here, I'm going to put $200 in it, right? And then I'm going to come to my map or my chart, and I'm going to grab the bottom of this and I'm going to scale out to another 20%, right? So that puts me roughly about 31 cent or whatever the case may be. Or I can say, you know what, if it pulls down 25%, you get you can stretch this out however you do, right? I do 20%. I'm a 20% guy. So on this time around though, to get a better dollar cost average on this second one, I'm probably going to use 30 or 40% of the budget. So I use $200 the first time. If it hits in the zone and I use 40%, that means I'm using $400. So therefore my dollar cost average is coming down. So if this thing bounces and goes the opposite way, right? So if it hits here, and let's say it goes, let's say 400%, right? I've had my dollar cost average down. And so once it start pumping, I'm already green. Unlike those who throw the whole whop at it, here, you throw the whole 1,000, you didn't already lost 20% of that 1,000. So you down $800. Then you have to wait for it to gain 20% to get back your 1,000, and then you collect. But for a smart investor, you dollar cost average. As soon as this thing flip, you already rolling green, right? So that's how dollar cost average in a play, and you can do the same thing in reverse when you get out of the play, right? So if we rip off 400%, obviously I'm going to take profits. You don't take profits off of 400%. You're bugging. But let's just say this thing pulls back, right? Starts consolidating down, and we get another, I don't know, let's say 80% run. I'm a dollar cost average. I might take 10 or 15%. It just depends on the market sentiment. If we're in a bear market, I'm probably not going to take too much profit because I want to see what the bull market got, because I know in the bull market, we going to rippity rip. So I'll probably take a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to do nothing crazy. And that way, while you're trading, keeps your mental good, right? Keeps your confidence high. Hey, I know what I'm doing. I'm making some money, even in the bear market, blah, blah, blah. And you're not just sitting here like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I just tricked off the dang house and the cars and blah, blah, blah. Kids can't go to private school no more, whatever the case may be. But check out my dollar cost average video, man, right here at the top. I broke it all the way down from supply, understanding resistance, supply and demand, etc. It's a really good video. Go check that out. All right, cool. Hey, at this time, and if I earned you a thumbs up, come on, let me get that. I really appreciate that. It helps the algorithm, helps me get my content out there for those who may need it. You know, share it with your friends, your family, if you think it's some good content. And most importantly, if you want to stay hit to my pocket, hit the notification bell, and therefore you'll get an alert the next time I post content. That goes for long form videos such as what you're watching now. Also my shorts. I got my social links in the bio as well too, if you want to tap in on those. And most importantly, I got a crypto ebook. It's called How to Crypto. How to Crypto is a full-on ebook plus video guide that breaks down each chapter on how to correctly and safely crypto from A to Z. And that ultimately can possibly protect you from losing a lot of money, especially in these bear markets. I talked about dollar cost average. I talked about just the understanding of cryptocurrency. What is cryptocurrency? What your portfolio should look like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Man, it's a really good read. The cool thing too is every time that I update it, the ebook or the video or both, I have your email address. So therefore, I will send you the updated copy where you ain't got to run it back and go volume by volume 2 or 3. So if you already purchased it once, you're going to get those updates anytime I update. That's just a little love for me to you because you spent your hard-earned money with me. So anyways, a lot of links down there, affiliate links. If you're looking for a Coinbase account, I got a link down there where we both can get $10 worth of Bitcoin once you sign up and deposit over $100 and start trading on the platform. Yeah, you know who it is, man. It's your boy, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Thanks for rocking with me. Thanks for all the love, the engagement, the comments, etc., etc. And hopefully you enjoyed this video. More to come. And then remember, this is not financial advice. Peace. Much love, y'all.